Alright guys, today we are going to be making a video about Minecraft Dungeons, which just released. I wanted to talk a little bit about the enchantments that are in the game. If you go into your inventory, each armor piece and each weapon has different enchantments that you can use. Now what's really interesting is that the enchantments aren't static rolls, they are random rolls, so I could get the same piece of armor and it'll have different enchantments available for me to choose from for that specific armor or weapon piece. So if I go ahead and hit Y for Xbox is Y, not sure what it is for anyone else, but if I hit Y on Xbox, it brings up this scroll that'll give me the enchantment that's available on that item. And if I go to the right, it'll have a different enchantment that I can choose from, and if I hit right again, it gives me a third option. Now some armor pieces and weapon pieces will only drop with 2 options to choose from for the enchantment, and only 1 tree. And what I mean by tree is that you can see there's 3 different diamonds, but only one of them gives me an option for enchantments. So if I go over to another piece of armor, this one actually gives me more options, so I could actually have 2 enchantments on this piece of armor. This one, I could only choose 1 enchantment out of these 3, and then on this piece of armor, I can choose either of these 2, and then also one of these to put on the piece of armor. Now you might be in a situation like this, where you might have a rare piece of armor that could be a higher level than the one that you're currently wearing, and could also increase your overall power level as well. However, this one can only have 1 enchantment on it, while this one gives me 2 enchantments on it. So this one can actually be more valuable than having this one on. One thing I do want to warn you about though is that if you do select a enchantment to put on a piece of armor or a weapon, that enchantment is now locked on that piece of armor or a weapon, so you won't be able to change it. So definitely be careful when choosing which enchantment you want to use with the build that you're trying to use as well. And I chose the enchantments on this piece of armor specifically so that it can pair with the weapon that I'm using. And the enchantments that I chose on this armor give me burning, so every 0.5 seconds it'll damage all enemies within melee range. The melee range is the ring you see around me that's following me around, so if there's any enemies there, it would do fire damage to them. And then I also chose thorns, so whenever I take damage, I will deal damage to the attacker as well. So this is a very close quarters build that I chose. I chose those 2 enchantments specifically because I'll be pairing it with a short melee ranged weapon that doesn't have a lot of power, but it does have a lot of speed, so I'm able to attack very quickly. However, it can take a long time to take out enemies, which is why I paired it with these, so that I can do more damage over time. Another thing to note is that if you go ahead and dismantle an item that you've already enchanted and salvage it, it will give you that enchantment point back. So as you can see, I now have 3, I used to have 2, but now I could go ahead and use that enchantment to go into something else. So just the fact that you get those refunded back to you is really nice. So while playing through Minecraft Dungeons, it has been the most helpful for me to prioritize the items that have the most enchantments on it. That way I can get the most benefits from it. Now what gets really interesting is when you could get multiple enchantments on a single weapon, and then you could also pair those together to create a build. So for instance, I have a crossbow here and it dropped with Poison Cloud, and on the other enchantment tree it has a bonus shot. Now I'm not 100% sure if this is going to work or not, but that's the exciting thing about this game, is that you can kind of explore around that. So I'm thinking if I were to put on the Poison Cloud, which has a chance to summon a Poison Cloud that deals damage to enemies, and then at the same time have a bonus shot active, could that create possibly 2 Poison Clouds from a single shot? So I'm going to be testing that out. If it works, I'll probably let you guys know in a future video, but I'm definitely interested to see if that is going to work or not. But that's going to be it for the video today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and share if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe if you want me to make more Minecraft Dungeon videos. Have a good one.